Welcome back to episode 22 of the Bach and Arthur podcast. Thanks, guys. Thanks.
Come on.
8, the B&A podcast for short. I wonder if that will catch on.
We shall see.
An interesting thought. Off camera, we were just talking about autumn and how we were looking forward to that because we'd like to do like a cozy pajama episode with a cup of tea.
Yeah, for audio listeners, we're sat cross-legged. We've got our shoes off. Our socks are on the sofa. We're nice and cozy. Yeah. We've just been for not one, nay, but 2 beers.
Yeah. We if we're filming more than one episode in a day, we usually take a lunch break and we'll plan the next episode, which is what we did. We had a laugh.
We did.
We giggled. Arthur just told me that he's going to miss me when I go away on holiday.
Yeah. I just said I missed you because we've just been away.
Yeah, and he's going to miss me even more. And I just think he's developing feelings for me.
He almost started crying when I was like, I missed you, by the way.
Laura did almost cry.
Laura did almost cry. She sang on the cameras and she broke into tears.
Things like that happen around here. Harry cried twice today. So
she did.
This is sort of emotions we elicit on people. What does elicit mean? Because I say that word quite a lot and I don't even know the meaning of it.
Yeah, that's
okay,
right.
Nice.
That's
okay,
appropriate.
Good. Okay, so I'm not an idiot after all.
No.
But I do say Tupperware.
We need to let this guy have 1 beer, not 2.
Instead
I think 2
of
is too much.
Tupperware.
It's that famous Mitchell and Webb sketch where they have just less than 2 pints and everything's perfect. And he's like, you know what? This time I'll finish it. And Wild Wolf 5 erupts.
I love Mitchell and Webb. You watched Peep Show, didn't you?
Yeah.
Love
so
Peep Show.
good. So iconic.
Funny. Guys, go and watch it now. Shout out to Peep Show.
Yeah, and come back in 300 hours once you finish
and then come
Peep
back
Show.
to this episode. But no, we were just sat cozy and we were just talking about autumn and how cozy the episodes are going to be. We were saying if we had a menstrual cycle, then Arthur said it would be synced like that.
Yeah, it would.
And it's not wrong. Imagine that, us in PJs drinking peppermint tea with a dash of honey. Maybe a dash of milk.
We almost had a cozy camping trip because we were both in the Lake District at the exact same time.
Exactly. So how was your trip?
Good. So I went out with Harry Rocheshaw, Stephen Tries, and Chris MD, and George Clarkey. And you know what was crazy? So we had this plan for ages, and Chris was like, I'll bring my 9-man tent. It'll be so fun. And like the day before, the lady who owns the campsite was like, there's not enough room. You can't bring a 9-man tent. You will have to bring individual ones. And we were like, oh, okay. We turn up and they go, there are a lot of families here. You guys look like trouble. You're not in this field. You're not in the 2nd field and you're not in the 3rd field. You're in the 4th field, and put us miles away from the main campsite in a field all entirely by ourselves.
That's kind of nice though.
It was really cool because we obviously just had the field all to ourselves. And we saw shooting stars. Oh. It was Harry's first ever time seeing shooting stars in real life.
It's quite cool actually because if you look,
it was really cool.
If you're in an area with low light pollution and you look at the stars, even if you just look up there for 15 minutes, you'll see at least one.
Yeah.
I think people don't look up long enough. They just look up.
Which is mental. They're just constantly, Earth is getting bombarded by chunks of rock and metal.
Do you know what most of them are? I only know this because of the books that I was reading, but most of the shooting stars we see are meteors, which are actually just excited electrons in the atmosphere. So a lot of people think, oh, that's something like shooting past Earth, like a big rock or something. But actually, it's just like something little that burned up, excited the electrons in front of it, and they shot off and produced light. So that's what you see. But it's actually nothing really physical.
Oh.
So that's why you can see so many of them as well. Like, I'm not joking. If you do just like stare up at
Oh, we saw loads.
Oh, you'll see so many.
We sat there with our chairs just with a couple of beers in hand, just looking up.
So nice, isn't it?
It was really nice.
So when you said camping trip, I didn't think you actually went camping. I thought you stayed in like maybe like an Airbnb or something.
No, yeah, we generally pitched up tents. So the day before, actually the day of the train, I went into central London and bought a tent. And when I was lying in it, it was like touching my face and touching my toes. It was like perfectly 6 foot.
Oh, is it one of those?
Yeah, it was a pop-up tent. So it was a giant disc and I just tossed it and it popped up. And it was 6 foot. So I was like, oh, it's 1.2 inches longer than me. Yeah. But then I realized the ends obviously like are really thin and curve.
Yeah, right.
So it was like stroking my nose and my toes whilst I was trying to sleep.
What else was it stroking? I wonder if you could get those things to stroke something else. I'd buy 1,000 of them.
And actually, I've never used it before. In a Chris MD video, it was you score, you drink, or maybe you miss, you drink, or something like that. It was a drinking video with Max Fosh, George, and Arthur Hill. And I won one of the challenges, and what I won was a sleeping bag outfit. So it was like
Wow.
a onesie that had legs and feet.
Yeah.
And it was so cozy. And I had
Oh,
a
and you
black
wore that for
mattress.
the thing.
And I wore that. That was my mattress for the night. It was so sweet. But it was really nice because obviously we had just done 3 peaks like a week before.
Right, yeah.
So it was really nice to be like, oh, we'll actually just go up and we'd go to like a rock pool and go swimming. We found this like whitewater rapids that was on smooth stone that had been like really nicely eroded by the water. And we bought a blow up ring from one of the shops and we were like whitewater. And it was honestly,
Oh, that sounds
it was
really
just
good.
one of those like boiling hot days. The water was really warm because it was like quite shallow over hot rocks. And it was one of those times where you were like, man, this is what it's all about.
That's what you're meant to be doing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because you picked quite a good time to go because it was good weather, right, as well.
Yeah, beautiful weather. What was it like for you?
Because I went just after you, probably a couple days, maybe even just a day after you. It cooled down a bit. It went down to like the first day I was there was like 16, 17 degrees and sunny.
Oh yeah,
But that's
it was like
fine.
26, 27 for us. It was
Yeah.
boiling.
The thing is, on the first day we climbed Scarfell Pike, so we wouldn't want it to be too hot.
Oh no
anyway.
way! You fully summited it.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
So I'm glad it wasn't too hot. But then the next day it was kind of cloudy. It rained a little bit. We wanted to go rent a boat on Lake Windermere, but it was just it's just a bit rainy and grey, so we just decided not to in the end.
Yeah, that's fair.
Did you find it was too hot to sleep in the tent then, or not? Was it all right?
So, we got our sleeping pattern really good actually because we went to sleep at like 11:30, 12, having had a few beers, so we fell asleep really quickly. And then 8 hours later, the sun was like beaming on our tent, and at 8 a.m. it was like too hot to stay in it.
Right.
So it was like a natural alarm clock.
That's
like
nice.
the temperature just slowly rising to an uncomfortable. But it
Yeah.
meant that at like 8:15, everyone was up brushing their teeth, showering. So it meant we kind of really seized the day and made
That's
the most
nice,
of it,
yeah.
rather than everyone sleeping in.
How long were you there?
We did 4 days,
4 days.
4 nights, which
Was
was
it
really
full
nice.
day? Like in each day, were you doing something as well? Like
Yeah.
busy every day.
Chris, his family live up there now.
Yeah,
His parents
yeah.
moved from there to, from Jersey to there.
Yeah.
And so he knows the area really well and basically planned a different hike for us each day.
Nice.
So they were sort of like chill one, like hour and a half up a stream.
Yeah.
And then we'd stop at a rock pool and just swim there for the day.
Yeah.
That kind of stuff. We had a day where we had a lot of we played a bit of football, went to a nearby park
Yeah.
after a long hike. Just that sort of stuff.
I love that sort of stuff. It's a good like recharge, like a nice break from work.
And then actually on the 4th night we stayed in the inn
Yeah.
just so that the next day we could be, and it was just, it was so nice.
It was nice to get like a bed for the night.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you said you got a train down, up. A train goes direct from London to Lake District.
I wouldn't be able to say where it stopped, but it was still an hour and a half drive. So I drove the boys. We got
Right.
a massive car.
Did you rent it
Yeah, I rented it.
from London?
No, so we went from
somewhere?
London to, I have no idea what
London to somewhere, and then rented a car,
I'll be able to tell you actually where it is because I'll still have the train ticket.
and then you drove the rest of the way. Whereabouts in the Lake District? Were you in the country park, or were you like somewhere in Cumbria, or?
I actually did I was on you ever see these TikTok trends where it's like when boyfriends and girlfriends go off like on holiday and the girl just completely switches off
Yeah.
because the guy's in control.
Yeah,
That was
it's-
us all for Chris. So Chris was the boyfriend and me,
Nice.
Harry, George and Stephen were the girlfriends. And
Yeah.
honestly, I couldn't tell you. He told me, he was like, you drive, and that was the only responsibility I had. So we went to
Yeah.
Oxenholme
Okay. Yeah, I have
Lake
no idea
District.
what that is. Yeah.
and so it was like nearby,
And
and
that's
then it was
cool.
like a 1.5
And then
hour
you drove the
drive.
rest- Do you drive often? Because obviously you live in London, so you don't have a car in London.
No,
do you?
we have Zipcar, which is so great. I'm honestly not being paid to say this, but it's like for £9 an hour, you get to pick up a car and drop it wherever you want. Some of them you have to drop them to the same location.
Yeah.
But like say I'm in East and I want to go West, I can just get a car from outside my house. £9 for an hour, unlimited petrol, parking's paid for, you don't pay the congestion charge. And so I was thinking like, oh, I should buy a car, but there's no need. Like
No,
Zipcar
yeah.
and other apps like that. And you can rent vans. Like when I moved house, I rented a van to like fill up my boxes, and it's just like a fraction of the price because like you're spending an hour doing the drive anyway, but rather than paying an Uber guy an extra like £10 or £20 an hour, however much they'd cost, yeah, you just do it yourself. And I just drive around myself.
I was just asking because, like, I guess if you got a Zipcar, you're not bothered. But I was just going to say, do you ever miss driving? Living in London,
It is really nice. London driving is not the same because it's very like you have to wait for a little gap and dart through, and everyone's always
Yeah.
honking at you, and I'm constantly boshing pedestrians and cyclists and stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah. But driving the countryside is quite fun. It's quite nice.
In the lakes, oh my goodness, it's so nice because you're just like
open roads,
massive mountains in front of you,
Yeah.
open roads, lakes. It's so nice.
Yeah.
I can't remember who it was. I think it was Epicurus that I was reading recently, the philosopher who basically was just like, if you get too comfy in life, all you have to do is give yourself a bit of bread, a bit of cheese, and just go down to your kitchen and just sleep on the hardwood floor.
Yeah.
And you'll realize how little in life you actually need.
Yeah.
And in fact, he did the Epicurean, I want to do a whole episode or like big chunk on him. But he did these Epicurean households, which is basically like going off and everyone quits their jobs and you just live in a big household where like there's a communal sitting room and a communal living room and all that kind of stuff. That's where communes came from.
Yeah.
So Karl Marx actually wrote his PhD thesis on Epicurus.
Yeah.
And his idea was like, you actually really don't need that much in life to have a good time other than just good friends. And he was like, can you imagine you and your partners and your family members and a few of your close friends just get a place where everyone's got their own private bedrooms and showers and all that kind of stuff. But at dinner times and stuff and leisure times, you just go down to the communal areas and watch movies together and eat. And like people, you quit your job as a lawyer to become a pottery maker and you get someone who's the cook, someone who cleans, someone who goes and fetches fresh fruit and stuff and veg from the garden, someone who goes to the marketplaces to trade. And honestly, when we were camping, we were like, it doesn't matter if we were rich or poor. Like we were living in obviously we were sleeping in crap tents, had a bit of access to water and the outdoors. And it was so fun. I mean, obviously, we had the privilege of, there are a lot of privileges there, like knowing that we were going back to clean stuff and access to healthcare and all that kind of stuff, not to read too much into it, but really just those types of holidays really do make you appreciate like how it's the simple pleasures, just having a few close friends and a bit of nature, and that's all you need.
I would love to one day get like a ranch and just have like all my family on the ranch, you know what I mean? Little houses on one piece of land and then, like you said, a communal area. Yeah. Because you don't have to every night spend time with each other.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
Like a choice.
Yeah.
Like if you want some alone time, go for it. But then
you can stay in your room and read books and do whatever you want.
I'm also a big lover of nature. I love hiking and stuff like that.
Yeah, me too.
So that sort of stuff really, like even just a small hiking trip, I only went for a couple of days, but it just really felt like I could just recharge and just be like, because sometimes like modern life does get a bit, same old every single day. You need a bit of a refreshment. Yeah. But no, it's really, really nice. I love that stuff.
At the height of its movement, there were over 400,000 of these communes of people living in these Epicurean households, which is just so not a surprise because it's like the best thing ever.
I think they got it right. Some cultures still do that as well.
Yeah. Well, it's the Christians that took over it. So Christian communes are what's essentially left over from the Epicurean households.
Right,
One of my family friends is planning on doing it, just going out and retiring in like south of France or Italy and just getting a big villa.
Yeah. I think
makes so much sense.
It's genuinely probably the most fulfilling life to live.
Yeah.
If you've got everyone you care about with you.
Yeah.
And you're not worried too much about like always trying to be better or always trying to get more money and stuff. You're just really concerned with happiness, then you are just going to be happy, aren't you? And some cultures have it right.
Bread, wine, yapping away.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like you don't need
my future wife,
the
my
luxury.
family, my friends. Like,
yeah. You don't need to get too into like consumerism and stuff like that. Like one of my great friends is Filipino in Filipino households. It's quite common for people to stay home for longer just because of the community. Like they just like, they've got it right, I think, just spending time with each other.
Yeah.
There's no rush to like move out and live alone and all of that sort of stuff. But speaking of moving out and speaking of home luxuries and stuff like that, I thought it'd be funny if we did a household appliance tier list.
That's so random. That is not at all what I was expecting you to say. A household appliance tier list.
That's right.
Crikey, okay.
Laura,
this is either going to be absolutely hilarious or the most boring podcast segment of all time.
I think it's probably going to be the latter.
I can see the comments being like, why the hell did I just listen to half an hour of them yapping about whether a toaster or a microwave oven is a better household appliance?
Exactly. I was speaking to Laura about podcast ideas and she suggested this and I thought that's so dumb that it's going to be hilarious.
Oh my goodness. Did you make this yourselves?
No. This was already up. But
okay.
Laura suggested a household object tier list and found this household appliance tier list. And I thought it would just be funny because we would just be debating over like a toaster being an astounding or not.
Crikey.
Would it go in S tier or not? So let's get cracking into this. Okay, so for audio listeners, we've got a tier list up in front of us with household items, and it goes from a tier of outstanding down to great, down to good, down to middle range, down to little bit bad, down to bad, and then finally down to god awful. And please play at home with us. And if you think we made any mistakes, then drop a comment.
Yeah, come berate us in the comment section.
Yeah, we're open to this. So you're gonna learn a lot about us from this alone. So the first subject we've got on the list, what even is that?
I think that's an air conditioning unit,
Yeah, I think you might be right.
but I think we can assume it is.
Let's assume that's an air conditioning unit. Now, I don't have one of these. My house is so hot right now. Whenever I film a video, I'm sweaty, and I have to tell the camera, first of all, I have to say, sorry if I look a bit sweaty. It's because I am. It's roasting in here.
This is why I moved house to the current place I'm in, and it's the best thing ever.
Yeah, and that was part of the reason why you persuaded me to move to that area, because you were like, my place literally has air conditioning. When I film a video, I'm absolutely fine.
Great temperature. Because I'm the same. I used to in my previous place,
God.
I loved it, but I'd film and like 15 minutes in, I'd feel uncomfortable and hot and sweaty, and I'd be like, this isn't enjoyable. I can't wait for it to finish so I can go get some fresh air.
Yeah.
Now being in a room that's a crisp 18 degrees centigrade whilst the bright lights from me, I'm like, oh, it's so nice.
I stood up the other day, and this is gross. There was leg prints in the chair and a butt print. Yeah, I was wearing clothes. I wasn't butt naked, by the way.
And it was sit in that chair ever.
No, you're putting your face on that chair.
Also, I'm sure there's been some recent science, a research paper discussing the impact AC is having on the GDP of countries.
Oh, really?
Because if it's hot, like your productivity naturally goes down massively.
Right.
Because you're just like, I'm hot, I'm sweaty, I don't want to work.
I feel that, yeah.
It's why, like, one of my friends did his dissertation in this in geography, speaking about how geography affects, I'm sure I've brought it up on the podcast before, how geography affects how advanced like society is.
Yeah.
Because like, if it's hot all day and you're by a lovely beach and you can fish, there's very little more you actually want to do. But if you're somewhere way further up north, closer to a pole, and you're like, it's freezing, it's raining, I'm stuck inside this dark, dingy house, all you want to do is like invent something that will keep you warm and invent something that will make things brighter, and like technological advancements come in places where they obviously require it. And air conditioning, you can look at poor countries and when air conditioning sort of like became affordable and took over, and watch the productivity of them just skyrocket, because you've got people who are in offices that feel comfortable and can wear office attire and sit and work 9 to 5 throughout the prime heat of the day.
That's so true. Even if I apply it to like daily life, when it's sunny outside and I know I have to film videos that day, I'm like, I don't want to film videos because I'm hot and sweaty.
Yeah.
I'd rather be outside. Maybe I'll work out or something like that in the sun.
Yeah.
I'd rather do something completely different. Whereas when it comes to like October, and it's more like getting towards Halloween time, it's cooler, it's kind of like grey outside. It kind of feels cozy being inside and working. So I kind of enjoy that even more than just being outside and doing stuff.
So I think astounding tier.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. AC, what a great invention that is. Let's put that in.
Watch that click and drag it, and it's going to come up with something completely different.
This
is a dehumidifier. Like, oh, brilliant. We've been yapping for 15 minutes about aircon.
Yeah, that aircon deserves to go in astounding. That's brilliant. Okay, next up we got a bathtub.
Also elite. I love a good bath.
I do as well, but then you got to consider its handsome older brother, the shower.
I can never just have a bath. I think it's gross that some people have a bath and don't shower after before they get out.
Yeah, because by the end of I don't know about you, by the end of a bath, I'm kind of sweaty.
Yeah.
So I'll get out and I'm drying myself, but I'm a little bit like starting to sweat.
Yeah, I always have a cold shower after.
Yeah,
because as well, you're stewing, so you're lying in your muddy, dirty water.
You do need to rinse yourself off.
You need to rinse yourself off.
I do love how raw it is, though. Do you know what I mean? Like that is like sitting in a lake. You know, it's like as simple as it gets in life. Like
just lying in water.
Built a ceramic tub to fill with water so you can lie in it. So I do kind of like that. I don't think it deserves to go in astounding.
It makes me feel like one of those monkeys. You know, where are they in like Iceland or Russia or something that chill in those thermal baths all day? Yeah, makes me feel like one of those.
I do kind of feel like a king being fed grapes every time I'm in bathtub, actually.
Yeah. So I think a bathtub's great.
Do you think grey? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Let's put it in grey. Also, it doesn't. It's getting knocked down a peg because, let's be honest, it's taken us away from chilling in the lakes.
That's
chilling
true.
in the rivers.
It's just one of those
which would be nice.
ultimate luxuries that you can have with very little money.
Yeah.
I feel.
That's true.
Like I think back to my like crap, horrible, grim student housing and having like very little money and just being like, wow, I feel like
Relax.
I'm in bliss because I've lit a candle and I'm
Zen.
lying in hot and I'm listening to music and
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, it is great. Okay, next up we got a blender.
A blender.
Blender. What do I?
With or blender.
I personally love blenders, but I don't use them that often, I'll be honest.
If blenders were never invented, my life would barely change. I love a smoothie, but I can so live without them.
I go through phases because you can use them to make iced coffees as well.
I don't drink coffee. The only time I used to use them all the time, which I thought was so helpful, was protein shakes.
Yeah.
To like remove the lumpiness.
Chuck in some banana and peanut butter as well.
Yeah.
Or oats when you were making like mass gainer shakes.
It's not bad, but it's just it's such an irrelevant one.
Should we say middle range or good?
Middle range.
Middle range?
Yeah. We've got to, we've got to be a bit more clinical here.
I think middle range.
We've got to be a bit
That's fair.
controversial.
I think that's fair. I could go the rest of my life without using a blender easily.
Right.
Next up, we got a ceiling fan. Now, specifically ceiling fan as well, because there's a regular fan on the rest of the list. So we need to treat it as a ceiling fan.
It doesn't make a house feel cooler.
It's not a big thing in the UK, is it?
No, no. You
Americans,
rarely, if ever, find a house with one.
Yeah, Americans and in Europe as well, on the continent, this is kind of common. But UK, we really don't have ceiling fans. And for that reason, I just think it's a bit middle range.
Yeah. I mean, it's good. Like if you go somewhere that's not air conditioned, like air conditioning units are expensive. They're expensive to install. They're expensive to run.
Yeah.
It's one of the reasons we don't have them as much in the UK as they do in the US. Partly, obviously, just because we're not, particularly used to hotter weather and we haven't always needed them. It was becoming a bit more important with climate change and stuff.
Yeah.
But our electric price per kilowatt is so much higher than in so many other places.
Yeah.
That we're priced out of it a little bit. So ceiling fans are good when you're in places where you're like, this isn't fancy enough to have aircon, but
or even
like pretty irrelevant.
If it's like a restaurant that's kind of outside and they've got the ceiling fans above you, it's kind of nice to take the edge off.
But again,
I say middle range.
It doesn't actually change the temperature of everything. It just means you just evaporate your sweat faster.
Yeah, that's true. Should we put it middle range or
middle range is okay?
Yeah, you think?
Yeah.
I was going to say little bad, but I don't think it is bad at all.
Yeah. We're going to completely disagree on this next one because I think coffee's disgusting.
And the thing is, I will have at least 3 coffees a day. I love coffee.
Do you?
I just bought a new coffee machine as well.
That's mental. 3 coffees a day.
Oh,
How do you even
minimum,
sleep at night?
It makes it easier to sleep because caffeine now doesn't affect me so much. The thing is, I've drunk coffee since I was like 16. So
that explains so much.
I've always loved it. I always will love it. I've drank a lot of it. So if I were to have a coffee before bed, I can still sleep just fine. For me, that is astounding. But you don't drink coffee, you drink tea. So we're going to disagree. Can you agree, though, coffee is such a great invention?
No, it tastes like burnt
because you don't even like the taste. Do you know coffee is from an actual cherry?
What?
A type of cherry, a species of cherry. It's the actual pip is a coffee bean. Then they roast it and you've got a coffee bean.
What's the cherry like?
I don't know. It's like maybe a South American cherry. It kind of looks like a cherry, not far off.
That's so weird.
Laura, can we search a coffee cherry, please? Just to show you. I only found this out recently. Before that, I thought, maybe it's like a nut. I don't know. Maybe on images it will show us like a little picture of a coffee cherry. But look, it's like just like a little cherry. And the beans are inside and you take them out, roast them up and you got a coffee.
I mean, the coffee bean takes up most of it. For our audio listeners, it's essentially just a thin layer of a sort of cherry coloured.
Yeah. I mean, it kind of looks like if you were to see any bush wherever you are and there's red berries on it and you think, I probably shouldn't put that in my mouth. That's what it looks like.
You're right.
I'd say. And the whole of the inside is pretty much a single coffee bean or 2.
Fascinating. Well, we're going to have to agree to disagree. So this is going to have to be another middle range one.
Well, could we put it on great? Because can I just say, if I'd never drank coffee, I wouldn't be here today.
This is how you know that Bach thinks his opinion's more important than mine because
I said
bottom tier, he said top, and I said let's meet in the middle, and he went, just one off the top.
Okay, see,
If you weighted our opinions, he's given the least possible weighting to my opinion possible.
Would you really put it god awful though?
Yes.
Okay, actually, you know what? That's a coffee machine that's designed to make filter coffee. I'm not that bothered about that. I could just have a cafetiere. So in that case, fine, put it in middle range.
Fine, put it in middle range.
Because that doesn't represent coffee as a whole. Okay?
Right.
Next up, we got, do you think that's a computer or a monitor?
Computer, because it looks like it's got a mouse to the side and maybe a keyboard.
You're right. What would you say? I mean, for us,
it's one of the greatest things ever.
It is, but is it a necessary evil?
The fact that we've plucked metal out the ground and made it play us at chess.
Yeah, that's true.
It's crazy.
Some people made it play us at chess. Some people just watch girls twerk on it.
Oh, yeah.
So
that is the massive difference.
There's a big range between. Well,
you look at,
I'm not doing that.
You look at our TikTok view pages and mine's all just chess commentary, and it's just
girls twerking,
girls twerking
with oil, girls.
Brazil girl twerking with oil.
Brazil girl. Okay, I think we can safely say that's astounding, right?
Yeah.
I mean, think about it. It's just great.
Just going advancing society probably faster than anything else.
Yeah,
ever
that's
will.
true. And we use it every day in our job. Dishwasher. It's good.
I was thinking about this the other day. I don't think it takes that much longer to hand wash. Let's say you've got a plate,
load it up.
Then loading up and unloading it and putting it away.
And I would agree. I would agree. But you've got Kaizen.
What?
Think about it. Marginal gains. Being 1% faster every single day makes a huge difference.
Yeah, but that just means that it's advantageous, sure. But like, and as well, I only recently realized this. I wish I realized it when I was younger. I enjoy doing the washing up. When I go around to a friend's house or if I'm with my family, the dishwasher's full and I've got to wash things by hand, it's like a little bath for your hands.
Oh,
it's
you enjoy the feeling of it?
It's warm, it's soapy, it's clean. You're getting something that's got sauce on it and then it's coming out clean. There's something so satisfying about it in so many ways.
Is it not like, do you not feel better about it because you've got something done, you feel accomplished, like, oh my God.
Everything. The feeling of the warm soapiness, watching something go in and come out clean.
What if you get a bit of sweet corn in there?
This is something I found a bit controversial the other day. People were saying that people are getting cooked because some people, I think it's a minority, but they'll put their plate, like let's say they'll fill one of those bowls with like a soapy water.
Yeah.
They'll wash the plate and then put it on the drying rack rather than rinsing it, which I think is disgusting.
Right. Sometimes I do that because I'm a bit lazy.
That's vile because you've got like a slightly dirty water and slightly soapy water drying on the plate.
Delicioso.
You need it to be clean. I can't. It actually really upsets me almost.
I use a dishwasher though, to be honest.
Fair. Dishwasher. You tell you what, a dishwasher does come in clutch with really greasy stuff.
It does come in clutch, especially.
I like to bake main meals like pasta bakes.
That's disgusting.
What?
Anyway, I don't like pasta bakes.
What?
Just you've cooked pasta. Who invented pasta bakes? They made a batch of pasta. They were like, cook it again, but with cheese on it.
Yes. Oh my goodness.
Fucking hell, just eat it.
A nice crispy. Oh my goodness, and the sauce sinks in even more, and you get a crispy top layer.
That's Of course, you like crispy top. That's why you like pasta bake. Honestly,
I actually went
you're
through.
what's wrong with society.
I went through a period where I was like, I need to release a cooking book because I have so many family recipes that were passed down to me, and I'm actually a fantastic chef.
Same here, actually.
Should we do a
collab on it? Because I could put in some of my nonno's meals in that bitch.
And honestly, my great aunt, who's the 97, just had her birthday.
Yeah,
she just turned 98 or something.
I was there.
Has this pasta bake that is just, oh my goodness, it's sublime.
Okay.
And it takes a day to make. I think we should make one.
I'll slander every pasta bake except for your grandmother's.
We'll have a pasta bake chapter and you can have some other stuff.
Because I'm sure
there are
that's
so
delicious.
many things that I swear I just know how to make and eat.
Yeah. No, you look like a good chef. And actually, you made us a meal.
I did.
Not long ago.
That was HelloFresh.
It was HelloFresh, okay. But I
customized it.
You customized it. You made jacket potato with beans. There was bacon. There was cheese. It was the best jacket potato I've ever had in my life.
Thank you.
Genuinely.
Yeah, it was a jacket potato that was supposed to be just beans and mayo, but I swapped out for a good. I think we spoke about this actually, but I swapped out for a good potato.
I'm
I
glad
added
you-
tuna sweet
yeah,
corn
you
mayo.
did, yeah.
Added crispy bacon bits.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you
Butter.
did like roasted sweet corn.
I roasted the sweet. Oh, it was
It was a really great meal, Jenny. You think, oh, jagged potato, this guy can cook.
And as well, obviously, I was a student and I was in self catering for like 4 years.
Yeah.
So I learned loads of like really quick, really easy, really healthy, and really cheap meals.
Yeah.
And yeah, we should do one because as well, once
yeah.
you've got it written, it's there forever.
Forever. Because the pen is stronger than the mightiest sword.
Yeah.
For dishwasher, do you think we put it in a little bad or middle range?
Little bad. I think it's just.
you
I
think
it's
little
got
bad?
It's got to suffer from its irrelevance.
I think it's got to be a little bit better in its efficiency.
Yeah.
You know, I'm sure there's a way that it could be better.
As well, you
sure.
know what's annoying when you're like, let's say for example, you're having a lazy Sunday, and you've cooked. You've spent a lot of time cooking a meal at lunchtime.
Yeah.
And you've eaten it and you've put stuff in the dishwasher and then dinner time comes and you're like, I want to cook. And you're like, oh wait, my
Gotta
wok
unload.
is still got an hour to go.
Oh, right, yeah.
Whereas if you hand wash it, it's instantly done. So it isn't efficient.
Okay, let's put it on little bad.
Little
Yeah,
bad.
yeah.
It's a little bad.
It is a little bad. It could be better, that's for sure. Is that an oven?
I think, oh, is that an oven or a
what?
washing machine?
No, there's
No,
an
that's a
large
washing machine.
oven over there. Oh, it's a washing machine.
Yeah. That is fantastic because I would never hand wash clothes.
That's true, very true. Okay.
That is so painful.
I don't think that even needs a debate. I think that should go in. Do you think astounding or great?
This one is another one, interestingly, I read this a long time ago, but it spoke about one of the greatest things a country can do is the emancipation of women in terms of the labor market and like getting women working.
Yeah.
Like allowing women to go out to work, have jobs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And just saying that the washing machine was like one of the greatest ones for the emancipation of women just because
wow.
they used to spend so many hours, like literally you look at people who hand wash clothes,
just hand washing,
like
yeah,
the
yeah.
Amish, and it takes so long and they're scrubbing it and stuff. All of these devices, to be fair, dishwasher included,
Yeah.
that allows obviously not just women, but men alike to go, actually, we don't need to spend hours slaving over these common
Doing
household
the everyday
chores.
things, yeah.
We just chuck it in, it's done, and we can
done.
go off and work. So I think it should get a bonus. I think it should get bonus credit for helping along with economic development.
In that
And
case-
because we're feminists,
Yes.
the emancipation
We
of
are
women.
feminists. Let's put it in astounding then. You comfortable with that or do you want it in great?
You know what? It can go astounding.
Yeah? Astounding.
Go
if
on.
you think about how much time it saves,
Yeah.
that of all the machines probably is up there for
Mm.
sure. Okay, next up we got a fan that just stands, a standing fan.
We love our fans. Ooh, we love
do
you
love our
guys.
fans.
Thank you for listening. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for rating us on
And you're here on this tier list right now. A standing fan
God
is-
awful. Lara put the fans in God awful.
Well, I would actually argue that specific, this is like a classic standing fan. I don't think they're that great.
No.
But then we put ceiling fan in middle range. So I feel like this has to be,
I think they're better than a ceiling
I
fan
think it's
as
better
well.
than a ceiling fan. I think good.
It's more direct.
Should we put it on
You know,
good?
when you're lying in a bed and it's really hot.
I'll tell you what's good. Rubbing a little bit of water on your topless body whilst there's a fan blowing on you.
I do that.
Sweet fairy kisses whilst you're there spread eagle. Oh
What the
my God. Combination.
God awful. God awful.
No,
I'm
that,
joking.
I think put it in good.
I think that's a good one because it's better than a ceiling fan because you can target it.
Yeah, it's definitely better than a ceiling fan. Nowhere near as good as an AC unit.
Not as good as
So
a
I
bath
think that's
either.
very valid. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's valid. Put it in good. Okay.
A Fuizor?
A chest freezer specifically, which
It's very American.
I've got one of these in my garage. Quite a lot of people have chest freezers, no? You put one in your garage for all the
Okay.
stuff that doesn't fit in your
If you're from London and you live in an apartment,
Fridge freezer.
we ain't got space for that.
Yeah, so still living at home. So
If you've got a lot of space, it's good.
my parents have one of these. It basically it's good for a big family because obviously you can't cook a fresh meal every single day, let's say.
Yeah.
So it's good to have things in the chest freezer, such as fish, such as a whole chicken, such as bread, such as even milk. Some people put milk in there. You can't fit all of this in a fridge freezer, so it's good to have a backlog.
That is true.
And in case of a zombie apocalypse, you've got extra food.
Yeah, meat being able to last for months is a great
Yeah.
advantage. There.
Our
So you know what? I think that's good.
Personally, for me, this is great because our chest freezer is full, and every now and then it's something from the freezer for dinner. So
like you could live off stuff that goes in the fridge and cupboards.
I
It's
agree.
not great.
I'd
good.
be happy to put it in good.
Yeah.
I think it's better than middle range though, for sure. Just because of how much food waste it eliminates as well.
And I think we can just put the fridge in the same one.
Do you think maybe one better?
Maybe actually.
Just because it does more.
Yeah.
Fridge.
Like
you
without
can
a fridge, you'd struggle with like basics like milk.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Like anything that needs refrigeration.
Yeah. Put fridge in great.
Freezer just takes what you need to refrigerate and lets it last a little bit longer. But if you bought less, you could get away with a fridge. So I think fridge is great.
No, what
Not
the
astounding.
heck?
Do you think not astounding for a fridge?
Oh, you know what?
I actually think it needs to go in astounding. Because otherwise meats would last a couple of days or everything has to be salt
A
cured.
meat would last. Yeah. Yeah.
Like
you
before
really
fridges, they would
struggle.
have like a cabinet that's just a bit cooler than the rest of the house, and they put stuff in there. But people would get ill. I think astounding.
Yeah, you might be right.
It's a fridge.
Yeah, go on, astounding.
And nothing better than a crisp beverage as well.
That's a fridge freezer as well. So that's
True.
both in one.
Some of those even dispense water and ice. Yeah. Let that sink in. Okay, what's this? I think that's a toaster oven, do you think? Or an air fryer?
No, because there's a toaster.
But
I think it is a heater.
Okay,
Lara's
heater.
right. I think it's a heater.
Personally, I hate these things because I don't like being warm.
They save our grandparents from dying though.
Yeah, but if they did a light jog or some burpees, they'd be fine.
Nan.
But then is a radiator not just a better version of that? Are these cheaper to run?
I guess we're from a country that doesn't get that cold that often. And as well, even worse for me, because being in an apartment, if I never put the heating on, I get it from surrounding apartments.
Yeah.
Whereas I imagine there'll be people in cold climates or in the UK where they're like, my house doesn't get heat from anyone else. Without one of these, I literally would perish.
That is good, but I'm sure those countries that have radiators built in or a fireplace, which does the job of this but better.
True.
I mean, you have to burn the wood and look after the fire and stuff, but is that not unlocking something in your brain that makes you feel good?
Middle range.
Do you think do you pick through blueberry? Do you eat blueberries?
No.
Anyway. Well, anyone at home, when you're picking through blueberries, because blueberries go off quite quick and you'll get the odd moldy
Oh,
one.
go off, blueberries.
You'll get the odd moldy one in the pack.
I don't know what I said.
So you've got to pick through, and some are like kind of squidgy, so you just want to get the right ones. When you're picking through them, don't you feel like that unlocks something in your brain where you're like, oh yeah, I'm meant to be doing this? And I think that's the hunter-gatherer in me is like, oh my God, this shit is so good. I'm just picking out the good blueberries, and this is just making me feel so good. You know? I guess you don't know, so.
No, I kind of get what you mean. I used to, like being in Jersey, all of our coasts have blackberries.
Oh yeah, picking blackberries off the bushes.
I didn't even really like the taste of them that much.
It's just picking them's good.
So many of them in the wild have insects in them.
Yeah.
So like if you'll grab a handful and you'll eat them all, but then you grab another handful and you're like, hold on.
They're
you rip them
riddled.
open. The number of them that will have an ant or a spider inside, but protein.
Yeah, that's true.
I just do it because it fulfills some sort of caveman desire within us.
It does feel good, doesn't it? Yeah.
Picking berries.
I don't even know how I got into that conversation from a heater, but where do you want to put that? Middle
This
range?
podcast episode's a heater. Come on. That's a real Cal Freezy thing to say. That's a heater.
That's a heater. That's a heater.
His accent is the hardest thing to do ever.
Chip.
That's not.
Anyway,
Chip Heater. No, I've got to go.
We got to let him live.
It's because he grew up in like Vietnam and Russia and
That's true.
Singapore, and he's coming on soon. Actually, no spoiler.
Yes, he is. Although, is he though? Because he's not confirmed it.
He said he wants to come on.
We need to put him in a headlock and just say, right, just sign this.
Yeah.
Okay. I think it should go in a little bad.
We just love hanging out with just us two too much.
That's true, but we do love Cal and Chip.
We do.
We love them both. Okay, I think little bad.
Yeah, a little bad.
It's not that great, is it?
We're doing this from our own privileged positions.
Yeah, for us, we
as
don't
well.
really need that. Yeah. What's this? Is this a stove?
I think this is one of those like plug-in stove things.
I think so.
Good for camping, but realistically, again, most houses already have hobs.
But then if you're camping, you can make a fire. So I reckon bad. Should you just put it in bad?
Yeah, bad.
We've got nothing down there anyway. Okay. Then we've got an ironing board. It's good, but you could replace that with someone's back.
I've become a steamer fan.
Oh, I love steamers.
I'm such a big fan of steaming.
So easy. Hang it up and then you just do. Yeah, okay.
So much nicer.
So should we put it in Little bad?
Little bad.
Or middle range?
Little bad.
Okay, little bad.
Because it's replaceable.
You could use a table if you want to.
Wait, if you like steaming, how come your clothes are always so wrinkly?
Age. Microwave. Banger.
Banger.
That's going in astounding.
The fact that, as well, you know how much of a slow eater I am. I'm a real slow eater.
Still eating right now.
Yeah,
And leaving no crumbs.
Oh, no. Wait, no, that's good.
No, yeah. It's a compliment,
on.
yeah.
I thought you were going to. But yeah, the number of times I'll get halfway through my meal and because it's been like 2 hours and I'm like, wow, I can just go heat this up. Or I've made a cup of tea.
You heat up halfway through. That's slow as fuck. You need to upgrade your system.
And I'll be like halfway through a cup of tea and it'll be cold and I'll be like, oh my goodness, I
My
can make this
mum
warm
does
again.
that.
Go her. Me and your mum are two peas in a pod.
At your age, you should be wolfing down a cup of tea. She's gone through menopause, you know? She'll be watching this right now as well.
Yeah,
probably
menopause around
probably
her
with
because
her
she's
milky,
beautiful.
Well, she is actually.
She is.
With her milky coffee in the microwave.
I think this is great. This is really great. Just being able to have hot food on demand.
This thing's astounding.
It's not a game changer. Like I could live without one. I have lived without one.
Yeah, but it's so quick. If you want to do the jacket potato for a little bit in that before you put it in the oven.
We've picked things that have revolutionized economies,
Microwave.
revolutionized feminism, revolutionized being able to eat home and revolutionized society.
What about the classic cultural moment of Jay from TGF getting his head stuck in the microwave?
God awful.
That's a classic cultural moment.
I think great. It's not quite iconic. If that never existed, society wouldn't be that
We'll put it in
different.
great, guys. You know I want to put it in astounding. I know a lot of you are going to be like, oh my God, Arthur, you should have put it in astounding justice for the microwave. And I'll be there right with you.
Michael Wave.
I won't let him forget that. Okay. Radio.
A radio speaker. Oh.
This is the tough one, actually. No, do you know what?
Radio nowadays is quite irrelevant, but that's kind of a speaker as well. Again, radio, like radio waves. I mean, where society would be right now if radio waves didn't exist on the spectrum.
See, this is why it's tough because it's like radio. At the time a radio came out, that's astounding easily. But right now, it's probably god awful because we don't need it.
But speakers, tell you what, that was a great thing. Being out in nature.
With a song.
I love listening to nature, but every now and then just putting on a bit of.
Should we see that for what it is?
Bit
For
of Claire
what it was at the
Debussy
time.
comes on and you're like, oh, nature, you are mine.
Okay. Yeah, let's see it for what it did at the time and how that's developed into speakers and music on the phones. So I think great or good. What do you think?
We really should put the impact of society on here, so fine, great.
Actually, is it that good? Because they had record players before that. Anyway, it's not like music was a fresh thing. Who cares about radio anyway?
Well, radio is more for communication.
Video killed the radio star. No.
Great.
Which way is it?
Yeah.
Radio killed the video.
No, video killed the radio star. You were right.
Radio Gaga, Radio Google. Okay, fine. Put it in great.
Yeah.
All right. Oven. I mean, it's great, but these ones are difficult because you could make a fire.
Yeah. And I'd rather that. I'd rather cook over a fire.
I really would, but it does make things convenient. So should we put it in?
That's good.
Great. I think
it's like a freezer. It's freezer tier.
It's not microwave. Why is microwave better than an oven though?
Because it's so instant. Like things can just get hot quickly, and if you're like, oh, it's been a long
and it's scientific as well.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Whereas an oven's just hot air.
Okay, we'll put it in good. All right. What's this? What the fuck is that?
Is that an air fryer?
I don't know. What is? That's the air fryer. That's a rice cooker. That's a shredder. God awful.
Oh, a shredder.
What's the point? You do it with your hands. Let's put it in god awful. That's lazy as fuck.
Yeah, you can do it with your hands. I've worked in a corporate environment as well where like
all of your work was shit. So people were shredding it up.
Well, it was super important to have this kind of, but realistically, I mean, god awful's probably
it's a bit harsh.
Bad, probably, because it's got limited usage.
Yeah, put it in bad. Because it's not like that's why would you ever do that? I get it, but
it's not made society worse.
But then does
it's
anything
just so relevant.
ever get in god awful? I don't know.
Let's see.
Rice cooker.
Rice cookers are fantastic.
Yeah, but you can cook rice without a rice cooker.
That's
I think
true.
it's good. It's good.
I think middle range. I don't think it's that good. It's not as good as a freezer. Like rice cookers weren't a thing, and everyone just.
Also, this is very personal. I don't cook a lot of rice. There's obviously a lot of families who will cook a lot of rice. So for them, that would be astounding. But for us...
So how about you guys stop trying to cancel us over this tier list? Because it's seriously...
This is our opinion.
Yeah.
Okay. Air fryer. I do use this fair amount. I'd say it's probably better than an oven. But I wouldn't say
But
it's as
not
good as
great.
a microwave. So maybe just put it in good as well.
I think it's good.
Okay, we'll put it next
You
to an
use
oven.
it less than an oven, but it's value to
Has its
society
limits.
for not needing oil and being healthier.
Yeah, I mean,
Good.
it has its limit. You can't put a whole lamb shank in that. You probably could, actually. I don't know what a lamb shank even is. A
Sewing machine.
sewing machine. I mean,
Again,
it's great, really. isn't
You've
it?
got to do one for society here. This is pretty good.
Would you say even astounding? Think how much. Yeah, I'd say astounding. Think how long it would take to make clothes before a sewing machine.
But you would just have that as people's professions. They would just be clothes makers, and you just wear robes.
Okay, we
You
can
just
put it in
have
great.
a massive thing of cloth.
I think
So I think
great's
good.
fair. Great.
Great.
It's better than a radio. It's better than a bath, a sewing machine.
Yeah, you're probably right. Okay, yeah, go on, great.
I put great. Maybe
Yeah.
bath went too high. I don't know. Shower.
That's got to
That
be
has
bath
gotta
tier
be
at
bath
least.
tier at
Great.
least. I just
Because it's could be astounding.
think how quick it made the cleaning process.
There are some people that need to appreciate showers more.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, we should appreciate showers more.
Yeah.
Actually, even speaking to Ash after he was doing these big expeditions, he was saying after coming back and just having a shower by turning a knob is insane.
Yeah. You
Just the
think about the
ability
great
for that.
kings of old and like the lives they lived.
Yeah,
Like there are a few things that they would enjoy more than a hot shower. And
That's
most of
true.
us get it
and also if I
every
were to
single day.
go a day without a shower, I'd feel awful.
Yeah, you
It's
should.
such
I don't
a
think you
big
should
thing
ever
for
go more
me.
than 24 hours without showering, no matter how much you sweat.
If you have a shower, yeah.
If you have
you've
a
gotta use
shower.
it.
Yeah.
Okay, let's put that in astounding. And you can, yeah, I think so. For us,
And again, don't cancel us. Some people don't have showers.
yeah, this is a personal opinion.
Some people can't rise to the challenge of going for a shower every day. And fair play to them. Everyone has their own struggles. We just mean generally.
Yeah, for us.
I wonder
A
whether it's
sink.
worth doing this, because I swear every time we speak about anything, I'm like, I can just picture us getting a few comments that are like, what's the word?
Privileged?
Privileged, you privileged
Privileged
little
little-
quarter Italian
Why is it me now?
boy. Because you're the one that always says the really like stuck up
That's
stuff.
true, and it all gets cut. Yeah. All the like terrible things.
Yeah.
Okay, a sink. I don't know how to judge this. It's actually astounding.
It's pretty
Running
good.
water in your house.
That is true.
That's astounding.
Getting a glass of water whenever you want.
Yeah.
And washing your hands constantly.
Yeah, I don't think that needs debate. That's astounding. It's just that's an example of something we take
That's
for
so
granted
true.
so much that it's just gone over our heads. But if we
Yeah.
just think about that's amazing. Okay.
Yeah.
A stand mixer, little bad or middle
It
range.
saved a small amount. I think little bad. It's like the dishwasher. It saves a bit of time,
Yeah.
but like you can whisk everything by hand.
If
Come
anything,
on.
it's taken the love out of meals. It's taken the love out
Yeah.
of pasta. So yeah, let's put that in a little bad.
I agree.
Not that, the thing is, it's not even bad, but just in the grand scheme of things.
It's just irrelevant, basically.
Yeah. Okay.
It will help some people who can't whisk their own food
So this
and
is
saves a bit of time for a lot of other people. But other than that,
yeah, it's
hobs.
hobs.
Gas hobs, though. It's a gas hob. Nowhere near as good as induction. Induction's so clear.
All right, let's just think hob.
Good.
Yeah, let's put it
It's
in
like
good.
an oven.
It's like an oven.
Helps
yeah.
heat up
You're right.
food.
You're right. Okay, yeah, that can go straight in good. A lamp. Ooh,
I'm so deeply in love with lamps.
I love lamps, but I love
I love
candlelight.
lamp. I went around to a friend's house the other day and they only have top lights in their house. And we were watching a movie and we were just sat there and I felt like I was on a podcast
is not
set.
it. The vibes is not it, is it?
And it was either pitch black and I was like,
You need little lights.
if you're not a little light person now, go on TikTok and go warm versus top lighting. And you'll see TikTokers who have their room with top lighting on and clicking their fingers and the lamps come on and you'll see the difference it makes. And my goodness, it's phenomenal.
Does make a big difference.
So I think lamps are great.
Maybe even astounding. Just think, being able to harness light, just having it like that.
But you know I'm a big candle man.
I know that, but
And if lamps were never existed and we were just candle enjoyers, I would
okay,
love
let's
that.
put it in great then.
That's
Yeah,
great.
to be fair, he does wander the night like Florence Nightingale.
Again, if you're not a candle person, every night at dinner, I'm sat there with my little bowl and I light a candle and I have candlelit dinners by myself every night.
They give me asthma,
Well, not every night, but
so I can't.
a lot of nights.
I can't light candles too
if
often.
I've got no friends, housemates or family around, I'll just happily sit there.
I'd wheeze.
I light candles all the time.
Phone, a landline phone specifically.
I factored this in with radio stuff. Really?
I would, I'd put it in great as well. Yeah, let's do that.
Who uses a landline anymore?
I know, but you've got to take it for what it is. And
We've got to balance both.
But that birthed the phone, the mobile phone. I mean, before that, people sent pigeons. And
that's fantastic. How
that's
cool
long.
is that?
Okay, how do you dirty talk?
How
do you kiss someone through the phone?
Dirty talk.
Like Soulja Boy said.
Have you never written smut to a lover?
No, but there's character AIs of us. Loads of them.
If you've never written in long form handwritten text, smut to a lover.
I can't read or write.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
A plasma TV. Does anyone say plasma anymore? Okay, flat screen TV.
Illustrative.
Does anyone say flat screen?
Pretty fantastic.
What do people call these?
A beacon of entertainment. The fact that you can sit down at home after a hard day's work and be transported into a realm of movies,
It
TVs,
has ruined life.
Games.
There's so many arguments though, because you could say, "Oh, this is amazing. I use this every day," but realistically, this has ruined human connection.
I think the amount of joy and happiness it brings humanity, just being able to sit there and go, "I'm going to live through." I mean,
let's take it as an invention in itself is actually great because you can access input like educational things on that as well.
True, but maybe we do bring it down to good because it means people go watch plays less and
okay, let's put it in good. Yeah, let's put it in
and
good.
spend less time socializing.
It does take away from socialization. This is a toaster oven, which is an American thing. It's like a little oven thing, but it toasts stuff.
Oh, it's like a grill microwave.
Yeah, it's like a grill. Yeah, it's like a grill. For me,
wait, and a microwave or just a grill?
I think it works as both because it's called a microwave oven. I don't really know what they'd be doing over there, but they make them like cornbread.
I have had a microwave before that has a grill at the top of it. Well, let's just put it in the same.
I'd put it in bad because you've got an oven and you've got a microwave. Why do you need that? And you've got a toaster.
Well, that means that surely that's because if someone goes, "Oh, this thing's a bath and a radio and a sewing machine," you'd be like, "Well, this is great because it's the three things I want, but all in one."
But that you can't cook a ratatouille in that.
Okay.
That's bad.
Bad, fine.
We don't use them. I've never even seen one with my very own eyes. This is such a non-UK thing.
You know what?
We don't need that.
I'm so surprised that a kettle isn't on here because Americans really don't have kettles.
Maybe this is an American list.
And they either boil water on a hob or microwave it. And they think it's so weird that we have kettles, but I think kettles are fantastic.
I think this is probably an Americanized list because it's got a ceiling fan and a toaster oven. That's why the kettle's not on there. Toaster is great, I think. I mean, you could grill, but toaster's so quick.
It's good.
And I have toast for breakfast pretty much every morning. So
it's good, but I could live without a toaster.
Okay, put it in good then. Put it in good.
Yeah, go on good.
You could put pancakes in that.
Toilet. That's got to be astounding.
I use it every day, believe it or not.
The difference that made, again, we were talking about this a couple of episodes ago about when we think about Rome.
Yeah.
And just the difference it makes being able to have
a flushing toilet.
A flushing toilet that takes your sewage away and not... I mean, the fact that people used to just waste in a bucket and throw it out in the streets and let it slide down the crevices is just crazy.
I mean, given you don't actually flush, you pick it out and you throw it out the window from his... he's quite high up.
I use the toilet a lot, actually. I have a small bladder.
Quite far. But I flush, personally. And so I really feel the benefit of that thing. So I think that's astounding. A Hoover.
A vacuum.
That's astounding.
That's great. It's not life-changing. I mean, if we didn't have it, we would just sweep stuff.
We've created a vacuum, something that can suck. Do you know how it's actually...
Astounding.
Something that can suck. No, but it's actually overlooked. To be able to make something that can suck is not easy.
It creates a vacuum. That's true. That's a fantastic bit of engineering.
A vacuum.
But its impact isn't that phenomenal.
People think it's easy. To make something blow is easy. To make something suck is not.
Yeah.
That's why I think that's... Okay, should
it's
we make
impressive.
it great?
It's great, yeah. It's not society defining, but it's a great bit of engineering.
But if we were to think about engineering, that is insane.
And Dyson is a British man.
Yeah.
And he's a leading engineer in the field. So
fair play.
Patriotic, great.
Waffle maker.
This how you know it's American.
Bad. Little
French
bad.
love a good goff.
Little guff. Anyway, little bad.
Yeah, little bad. So irrelevant again.
Now, this is probably a washing machine, and we judged something else as a washing machine
what's
earlier.
the top thing on third along that isn't a washing machine then?
Maybe it was a dryer.
Maybe a tumble dryer.
Okay, so let's just treat this as the tumble dryer then to make it make sense.
Okay, let's swap this around. So this is the tumble dryer.
Good.
I think little bad. Tumble dryer ruins clothes. Like, you should never
Does
tumble
shrink
dry
them,
if
yeah.
you can avoid it. Hanging things
Dry it
up.
on a line.
Like, how often
If
do you
you
actually need to
can.
instantly dry stuff? Like, hang it up on a line or just one of those clothes horses.
Or if your partner has hot breath, just put it in front of them while they're having a conversation.
If they come out, if your clothes come out of a dryer, they're all wrinkled and gross.
Well, there's nothing wrong with wrinkles.
But then you have to iron it and steam it. And your mum looks fantastic.
She watches every episode.
Good. She's
You've
got no
never
wrinkles.
seen her. You've never seen her in your life.
I'm gonna
She's
meet
just
her
one
and-
sack of wrinkles. No, she's not. She's going to hate that I said that.
She's like that Doctor Who lady who's just a bit of skin stretched on her.
No.
No.
I am my mum. What do you do if I
Oh
just
my
whipped this off and it was actually my mum underneath?
I would straight up start making out with you on the sofa right now and head over to the Patreon to see what happens next, because this ain't YouTube
Oh,
friendly.
hell no. Okay, so where are we putting that? Little bad.
Yeah.
You're breathing a little
I
funny.
think it's bad. It ruins clothes.
Fine, put it in bad.
You
I can't
really
believe we
don't
put-
save that much time because you just put something on a clothes horse and hanger. Things smell so much nicer if they've been outside on a clothesline. They use so much electricity, which is bad for the environment.
Okay, you've made your point.
Bad.
We've put nothing in God awful.
You know what? I could put a clothes dryer in God awful.
A what?
I
Tumble
could put
dryer?
a clothes dryer.
No, let's leave it where it is.
No. Also, I don't really feel
I think that's
comfortable
good,
on
actually.
God awful. Isn't God, if it exists, supposed to be the ultimate perfect thing?
Yeah, but I think that's when someone says, "Oh, that's God awful." It's like the God of awful. It's like the worst awful you can get, because God is so great that it's like great awful. It's like extra awful. It's like you could put batch awful in front of that if you wanted
That
to.
would make a lot more sense. Just
Okay.
awful and it smells weird.
That's actually called nasty being nasty.
Oh, sorry. No, you smell.
That's right. We're gonna have a cat fight.
What was it that Lara, you and Harry said batch smell of? He put on some aftershave today before in our interlude, and she was like, "Why does it smell like fresh linen?"
No, they said it was worse than fresh linen.
What was it?
It's like washed clothes or something, or just like something you don't really want to smell like. Something that's just like like an after effect of washing your clothes. You know, it's cedarwood. It was cedarwood. We were going on a lunch break, so a little spray because there was a little sweaty in the first episode.
Yeah, and you just smelled like clean-ish clothes.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was our tier list.
Woo!
3 hours later, the most
Yeah.
irrelevant tier list
That's
ever
quite
has
long.
been
We
created.
really got into that. I feel that's quite nice though that we can get into something like that together.
Yeah.
And just get warm and gushy inside there. That was kind of a game. I've got another sort of game for you, but this one is even more funner. So I'm going to read off some celebrity headlines. I'm going to say true or false, and you're going to tell me if you think they are true or false, and I will reveal the truth. They're gossip headlines. Now, full transparency, if they are true, I can't divulge. Got no reason. I've got no idea why they existed.
Oh, you've just looked at the headlines.
You've just got to take the fact that
This is like the
that
science-
headline existed.
This is funny because we usually do it with like science headlines and speak
Yeah.
about science. This is such a this is like a billion times brain rocky,
Yeah.
lower brow.
Oh yeah, and you're going to realise when we get into this. Okay, you ready?
Yeah, go on.
Justin Bieber abandons pet monkey in Germany. True or false?
I hope he hasn't got a pet monkey and brought it to Germany. So out of pure hope, I think that's false.
That is true.
Really?
Don't know any details on it. It's just true.
You would think now, because he obviously had that childhood where he was, he was a silly kid and he did lots of silly things.
Yeah.
And now he did that song where he was like,
Eating fondue.
just, you criticize the things I did as an idiot kid.
Under the mistletoe.
And now he's like, come on now, I'm not that person. Like, that
Can
was
I-
many moons ago. Now I think he'd be like, I'm not going to do anything
Yeah.
silly anymore.
Can
I'm
I just
getting
say-
a pet monkey and bring it to Germany. Come on.
These headlines, though, some of them are very old. I just want you to know this is
Oh,
not.
so that
this
could
didn't
be.
happen recently. Yeah.
Laura, can you quickly find out when that one is? Type in Justin Bieber
This
pet
could
monkey.
have happened when he was in his bit of a bad boy phase.
Okay, I hope
So,
this isn't recent.
I
'Cause,
doubt this
look,
is recent.
I get it. I want a pet monkey more than anyone else.
See, he was young there. He's not even got tattoos yet.
Okay, 2016.
Okay, yeah. So there you go.
20.
Fine. And it was confiscated.
24
Right.
now, so 8 years ago.
So the next headline is Drake shows his butt. Is that true or false? Is that a real headline or not?
False. He's already leaked his nudes so many times that this wouldn't make headlines anymore.
Yeah, and everyone was like tagging me in it, saying, "Is this you? Is this you?" I was like, "No, it's not me. What the fuck, guys?
but
Chill out."
He messaged me like, "Why does no one know my meat curves to the left?"
Oh, hell no. Okay, that is in fact not a real headline.
Yeah,
You're
I didn't
right.
think
Well
so.
done.
Shows his butt.
That's such a me thing to write.
Yeah.
To be honest. Okay, the next one is Nicolas Cage.
There's going to be one that's like Nicolas Cage shoved a rose toy up his ass. He's the most obvious batch headline.
So the next one is Nicolas Cage shoves a rose toy up his ass.
What actually is it?
No, Nicolas Cage buys a haunted mansion.
He was recently in that horror movie, a really scary one called Longlegs. That, by the way, quick movie review. Fantastic visuals, thoroughly enjoyable to watch. Bit of a boring storyline.
Okay.
Very cliche.
Sorry, I didn't know
a
this.
bad AI could do it.
Didn't know the CEO of Rotten Tomatoes was with us.
So the reason I bring that up is because I can imagine. So Nicolas Cage plays the, I wouldn't quite say haunted, probably haunted, the evil character in this movie. Very creepy, actually, to watch. Does a really good job. And I think this could be good promo for that. So I'm going to say true.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd hope so after how long that took you, actually.
Oh, sorry.
Ain't nobody listening to that. They're scrubbing through that.
This is a podcast. We're supposed to be able to just...
That's true.
We're supposed to plod along. That's why it's called a podcast.
That's true. I was just getting bored of you.
I can't believe...
My bad.
Everyone, leave a message in the comments if you're like, guys, you're more than welcome to flesh out your opinions. The fleshier, the better, they say.
Whoa. Yeah, and I know you like things that start with flesh.
Light.
Number 3.
Actually.
Tom Cruise hires a team to find wife.
False.
It's real.
No way.
It's real. I don't know what it is, but it's real.
Oh, as in to find him a wife because he's not married.
Tom Cruise.
Not because he's lost his wife.
Yeah,
And he's,
hires a team to
right.
find wife. I think that's what it is, yeah. Okay, next up.
Tell me more about this team.
Yeah. And how do they operate? Selena Gomez found a raisin in her armpit.
False.
That's false.
That would not make the news.
Oh, that would make the news, though. That would go on Lad Bible straight away. I'd be straight on Instagram on Lad Bible. People are like, what the fuck? Why are you posting this Lad Bible? They're like, we do what
The
we
headline
want.
would be cleverer. It'd be like, Selena Gomez, more like, Selena, go find another raisin in your armpit because you already found one.
Just get up and walk.
By the way, if you're a big company and you're looking for news, you know the guy who comes up with Disney movie and Pixar movie, well, it's Disney Pixar now, movie titles, makes so much money. He's the one that came up with Cars and Finding Nemo and stuff like that. Can you find out how much he earns, Lara, please? Just, I don't know what you'd exactly, how much does the guy who titled Cars earn? And it's ridiculous. I'm sure it's like $500,000 per movie.
But I bet you're going to say, oh, he just called it Cars. That's stupid. I could have done that.
700 grand a year.
But can I just say,
He got a 300k bonus for coming up with Cars.
but he's never missed.
It's true.
Cars, although it's simple for a reason and it works. Kids understand cars.
Have you ever heard the conspiracy theory that Walt Disney got cryogenically frozen?
I thought he was a Nazi.
I don't know if that's entirely relevant to what I was saying. But he got cryogenically frozen and he didn't want people to know and they wanted to cover it up. So they came up with a movie called Frozen.
yeah.
So when you type in Walt Disney Frozen, the Frozen movie comes up. I've never looked into it, so I have no idea how much of
If
that
you
is true.
search up Frozen, a picture of you spreading your cheeks comes up.
Actually, let's test it. Lara, type in Disney Frozen now and see what comes up.
We know full well it's gonna come up with Frozen. It's one of their biggest films ever.
Frozen movie.
I'd
Keep
actually
going.
say that's
Frozen
probably the
musical.
biggest thing, one of the biggest things they've ever made, Frozen.
Was Walt Disney frozen after death? 2019 BBC
Oh,
article.
the BBC are covering this, huh? Oh. That's an actual image of him frozen. You don't even need to discuss this. He froze himself. If I was that rich, I'd freeze myself too. I put myself in a
They'd be
chest
like those
freezer before I
those
die.
people in the... Remember when we did that video that was... We got trapped in a
Yeah,
terrifying
and they
space
scared-
station and
yeah.
they're all frozen.
That's on Arthur's channel if you want to watch that. It's hilarious.
Plug.
Okay. The next one is Angelina Jolie wears Billy Bob Thornton's blood in a vial. Now, none of that makes sense to me anyway.
Billy Bob Thornton is such a great name. Can we search Billy Bob Thornton? Because I'm sure I recognize that face.
Yeah, he invented Thorntons. You know the popular chocolates? They do ice cream and stuff like that.
Oh, him.
Or it's close. He's an
Oh.
actor and filmmaker. So
Recently.
she wore his blood in a vial. Did she do that? Yes or no?
True.
It is.
It's kind of weird Hollywood
True.
stuff, blood and all that kind of
It
stuff.
is true. Similar on the bloodline, Leona Lewis is no longer bleeding in love.
Given you mentioned Leona Lewis, Bleeding Love, and her rose toy escapades, which are infamous in certain circles,
Infamous.
I'm going to have to say that's false.
Can I just say, if Leona Lewis ever goes on tour, or she's ever at that Capital Summertime Ball, if I'm not there making content, that is a crying shame.
Please, Leona, come on our podcast.
I'm keeping you
Leona Lewis
relevant.
on our podcast so bad.
Okay, I made that up.
I
I
thought
know
so.
that's going to be a hard pill to
I
swallow.
thought so.
The CEO of Crocs farts on Rihanna.
Fake news. That's fake news. That's not
It's
true.
real.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
Oh,
But that was a nice reaction.
farts on Rihanna.
Okay, next up.
Goodness me.
Shia LaBeouf wears a paper bag over his head at a movie premiere.
Yeah, I can see that. That's such a Shia LaBeouf move. Just,
Harry said that as well.
I bet someone was like, he was like talking to himself in the mirror and was like, should I do it? And then he goes, just do it. Did you ever see the like social awakening where it was like maturing is realizing that this Shia LaBeouf speech isn't just a meme, because it was the just do it meme that sort of everyone was laughing at. And then you listen to the thing where he's like, don't let your dreams become dreams. So many people let their life like pass them by. If you've got your dream, seize it. Just do it. Just do it. And he does this whole thing and you listen to it and you're like, you know what, man? You're so right.
I think I'm having a fever dream right now. What's going on over there? You know what, man? You know what? Just do it, man.
Wait, do you not know? Have you not seen it?
I've heard just do it. And then you just started like clutching your arm and you were getting into it and
Laura, have you seen the full thing?
you started getting
Both of you should
veiny
watch it
and-
after this. You should. It will change your lives.
But anyway, you were right.
I'm drunker than I thought I was.
Also, I
Am
thought
I
Shia
yapping a lot?
I thought Shia LaBeouf was a meal, as it turns out.
The beef curtains.
Buff, yeah. Lady Gaga
Beef.
arrives at the Lady Gaga arrives.
I've been watching too much.
Lady Gaga arrives.
What's it called?
Porn. Brain rot. Memes.
The thing where he's like, come hang up my beef curtains or something.
Baby reindeer.
Baby reindeer.
You
Watched it a while ago.
only just found out about that.
How long's it been out?
You're watching it now, though.
No, that's just what came to mind when I said beef.
You're seriously
thought
behind.
it'd be funny and you just didn't laugh.
I think you're under a rock.
By the way,
You live under a rock.
another one. It'll probably be out by the time this is out as well.
Another meme. Buckle up.
We played this game that's called like I can't even remember what it's called, but it's like one of the hardest games ever. Genuinely, like something like 10 people have ever completed it,
Yeah.
and it's impossible. Like it's all like deciphering codes and all this kind of stuff, like really intelligent stuff. And we played it. I was in control because we were doing it over Discord.
That's because he wouldn't let me play. That's
Once
why.
again, Batch is being so funny, making all these jokes, and I'm trying to solve these intricate puzzles with like Morse code and symbolism and all this kind of stuff. And I'm like really focused, and you're there just being so weird and funny. I was like, after the first time we did it, I was like, I'm never going to let that happen again. I'm always going to make these jokes and go along with it. We made some, but it was another one, and I'm like, I get really locked in on stuff.
Yeah, you were logged in.
When I'm focused on something, it's like when you try and talk to me when I'm like focused on something on my phone, like mid-chess game or writing an
Yeah.
email. You talk to me and I'm like
Oh
a blanket.
my God.
I'm like a blank wall.
Anyone will vouch for me on this. If you try and speak to Arthur when he's on his phone, he just can't hear you. You could say anything and he's in his own world. He won't hear you. You really have to snap him out of it.
Except for when I want to be present. So a couple of people commented on when we had Ash Dykes on, and they were like, he's on his phone. But you might get it occasionally on this episode. Maybe it's more obvious
Yeah.
that you've prepped this, but we prep on our phones,
Yeah.
on Notion or Notes or
Yeah,
whatever.
if we're on our phone, it's for a good reason, by the way. We're still listening.
So
We're
in that
working.
thing when I was, because I had like had the structure out in front of me.
Yeah.
When he was talking, I was reading through, being like, "Oh, make sure to bring up this when he talks about this and all that kind of stuff."
Yeah.
So if we're ever on our phones on the podcast, it's never because we're scrolling through
What? Sometimes you look at boobs.
yours.
That's true.
I go back to the Isaac Smith fit slow motion
That's true.
replay
That's true.
edits of you.
Jiggle. Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true.
Yeah. They jiggle, but they're also so tight and muscular.
And they're supple as well. Yeah. The next headline would be Lady Gaga arrives at the Grammy Awards in a whale.
In a whale.
Yeah.
This is a tough one. Because that's so Lady Gaga.
That is so
And I
Lady
like some
Gaga.
of Gaga's songs, but what the fuck does she know about whales?
Just when you think we're on the same wavelength, you go and pull that move.
It's Queen Elizabeth. Oh, I thought you'd say it at the same time as me. I'm going to say fake because there's no way she's arriving in a whale.
Okay, it's fake. Do you want to know what the real headline was, though?
Go on.
Lady Gaga arrives at the Grammy Awards in an egg.
Oh.
So it's actually weirder than a whale.
If you had said that, I would have been like, that's real, though.
So I'm glad I didn't.
Yeah.
So I got one. Yeah.
Well, I would have been right either way.
Well, would you though on it in an alternative reality?
That's the weirdest thing ever because I instantly was like, well, there's going to be a parallel universe where I got both of them wrong.
Oh shit, we both just jumped to this timeline at the same time.
But you know what? You know what I've just realized? That's not entirely true because in those parallel universes, the only things that happen in those parallel universes are things that could possibly happen, that there's a non-zero probability of them happening. And there's a 0% chance that I would have got those wrong. So
Yeah, but you might have queefed. So Kim Kardashian is going through menopause.
I've not got the facilities for that.
You do, trust me. I had a friend, actually, I was at a sleepover and I was like, I can manual queef. A guy, he's like, I can manual queef. You can do it, trust me. And he did something down there and queefed.
I don't really know if you know what queef means.
Me and my
now.
friends... No, I didn't.
Really started,
me and my friends
really started to doubt what you think queef means.
Me and my friends thought it was a fluke. We're like, do it again, do it again. This guy, he did it again. He moved around, did something down there, and then before you know it, he queefed. I was thinking,
You can't...
He queefed.
I'm an
I know what
open-minded
I
person. I love my advanced biology. I know that you can have a he that has a vagina, technically, in certain scenarios. But I'm assuming you're not talking about that.
A guy with a penis, he queefed in front of me. I know what I saw out there.
Lara just Googled, can men queef? It's rare and it can happen in both men and women. The result of some sort of intervention, air can get trapped up the urethra, which is the tube, after a removal of a catheter.
And the dude, he did it manually. He said, I'm not naming names in case he doesn't want to be known for it.
But he's a man with a male...
Well, I'm sure he'll be proud of this. He has a penis.
And no
Just,
vagina.
And no vagina. And he just said, I know how to manual queef. We called his bluff. Wish we didn't. Because he did it before our eyes twice in a row. And I was thinking, why are you even saying manual in front of that? What are you doing to make that? But he was doing something down there. I don't know if he was sucking air in and then blowing it out.
So bizarre.
When Lawrence just searched, can men queef? Why does it come up saying it's rare and it can happen in both men and women? And then in brackets, women also have pee holes. And then just continues with the rest. It just lets us know that women also have pee holes. That did freak me out
when I first discovered.
Yeah, same. Women have separate pee holes.
They've got way more holes than I ever imagined.
I'm going to say it's greedy.
It's greedy.
It's greedy.
Give us one.
Yeah, we need
Give us one of those holes.
Anyway, so... what I was saying was, Kim Kardashian is going through menopause because men are pars around her.
That is not a real... I've already made that joke about your mum.
Okay, that is, believe it or not, is not real.
Yeah,
I made that up.
So.
Madonna adopts twins from Skegness.
Skegness isn't real, so fake.
It's fake. She adopts twins from Malawi.
Wow.
ArthurTV has the worst nut allergy doctors I've ever seen.
False. I'm not allergic to anything at all.
That is false.
Even though I wake up and everyone thinks I'm allergic to sleep or something.
The topic is true. It was never a headline.
Skegness was too memey. If you had said Birmingham, Alabama or something.
I'm still talking about ArthurTV with a nut allergy.
Oh.
Like the idea of, you have a nut allergy, but that didn't come up on headline. It came up on askjeeves.com.
Oh.
But it wouldn't be on Google.
Okay.
You know, it's on famous birthdays. You can see it. It's in his biography.
Right.
And that's it. So actually, I think you got less than half. So you suck.
Laura, wouldn't you so agree that I got more than half right there?
No, you did not get them all right.
What ones did I get wrong?
I don't know, in the replay, people are going to be watching this thinking, oh, he suck. He sucked like a rose toy. Not even close.
That's only light sucking. That's barely sucking at all. It's just the perfect amount of sucking.
Put him on Temu, he'd fly off the shelves. Put him on AliExpress, he'd fly on the shelves.
Final segment time, and it's time for another game because we know you guys love gaming. Not a horror game like we play on our channels.
No.
But this one's called Connections.
Because we have a strong
connection. Let's go.
So explain to
Courtesy of the New York Times.
Explain to the population how this works.
You have to figure out what common thread all these words have. We've got to create groups of 4 between X-ray, bite, radio, drill, dishwasher, ram, microwave, server, comedian, cook, stuff, host, pack, visible, bridal, jam.
Now, disclaimer.
Yeah.
I've done this. So I'm hosting this to see how you do.
Okay. So I'm already picking up computer vibes from bite, ram, server, and host.
Okay.
So let's click that as a group of 4.
Byte, RAM, server, host. You know what? That's exactly what I did for the first one. And it's wrong.
Oh, it's wrong.
It's wrong.
Wow.
I think that's literally exactly what I did.
Okay.
So you've got to think again.
I'm thinking server, comedian, and cook are all roles that people can play. And host. So server, host. Host is not really a role someone can play.
You want to lock that in?
Yeah.
Locked in? Wrong again.
Wrong again.
One away, though. One away. So one of those is wrong. One of those is wrong, but the rest are right.
Okay, swap host for dishwasher.
You've got 2 mistakes left. I would just say do not swap host for dishwasher.
Because someone could be a cook, comedian, server.
Let's think where you would find these things.
Wait, I'm also seeing the electromagnetic spectrum.
Okay.
Let's do that one.
Nice.
Let's go X-rays, radio waves, microwaves, and the visible light spectrum.
Visible. Nice. You are correct.
Okay, nice. The EM
Nice
spectrum.
one.
That
Yeah.
was very easy.
Okay.
So
remember you were one away on that last one. Do you want to revisit that?
yeah, so I think we've got server, dishwasher, and comedian.
Yeah, so you're one away with server, dishwasher.
Comedian.
You remember you had host in there as well?
Yeah.
So what do you think?
But then like host, server, dishwasher, and cook could all be like host, like a dinner party night.
Yeah. For sure.
But host could be along the there's multiple ways of doing it. So I think server, host, dishwasher, and cook go along this dinner party vibes.
Okay.
Let's go for that. Yes.
That's right.
Restaurant jobs. There we go.
Nice. 2 groups left to find. You got 2 mistakes remaining. What you got?
So I'm also thinking like, given we were away on holiday, pack, ram, stuff, and jam are all just ways of like shoving stuff in stuff.
Okay.
You can pack a bag, ram a bag full, stuff a bag full, jam, pack stuff in.
Submit that bitch.
Go.
Submit. Nice job.
Yes. Cram.
All come under
So
cram.
wait, what are these? Bite, comedian, bridal, and drill.
This is what confused us because they make a group, but what was the group again, Laura? Oh yeah, have a guess actually.
Comedian, drill, bridal, and bite. What exactly? Oh, and you know what this is?
I do, but it confused me. I would never have guessed it, to be honest with you.
Maybe some sort of like, I'm thinking drill music, comedian. Well, but what bridal and bite? I rarely see bite outside of like computing.
Yeah.
Is it something outside of computing, or is it related to that? Do you think
it's not to do with computing, but it's hard to just give you a
okay?
clue
Go on,
with this, really.
just hit submit and let's see what it actually
really
is.
I would never have got here myself.
Things with bits. Oh.
Yeah. So you got to think like comedians have a bit,
Bridal,
and then
bites,
drills have bits,
comedian.
bites have bits,
Comedian
bridal
have a bits.
bits.
That was the hardest one of the 4.
Yeah, I would never have got like that. Would be things with bits. I don't think.
Nice.
But well done. You got that pretty quick.
Yeah, not bad.
It's fun. It's a fun little thing, huh? I like the electromagnetic spectrum.
Microwave, radio, visible lights. Yeah, that one was the
making an
easiest
appearance.
one, I think. I probably should have gone for that before.
That was nice, yeah.
The jobs.
Yeah.
But yeah, comedian obviously kind of fits in with them being jobs.
Yeah,
and then as a little
exactly.
server
Yeah,
and host could be like in a commuter way. So
Yeah. I think
pretty
actually my
good.
first one was probably jam, cook, dishwasher, and microwave because I was thinking, all food related things.
I do like that they throw you off because like RAM, byte, host, and server all could be in.
Yeah, and
computing,
I
so
did that as well because I was thinking
did
that's
you?
all computing. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I realized there was the electromagnetic spectrum and then just went from there basically.
Because once that takes stuff out, made things
Makes
bit
it a bit
easier.
easier. But yeah,
Well,
it was fun.
That was fun. That was a fun little game.
Well, that's like a nice note to end the podcast on, I think.
Yeah.
Success. Hey?
So, what should today's emoji be for Did You Make It to the End?
Oh, what about...
I quite like microwave being in this and microwave being in the game we played at the start. How about you?
Yeah, full circle.
But is there a microwave emoji?
If there's not a microwave emoji, find something that looks like it gives the vibe of a microwave emoji, and we'll see who's got the most accurate emoji.
I'm going to have a quick look. There's no microwave emoji.
No.
So what fits in all of this?
Perhaps we could do
A dishwasher?
dishwasher emoji.
No.
Maybe okay. Why not a lightning strike to symbolize light,
Electricity. Because that's kind of involved in
electrons,
everything.
electromagnetic.
Excited.
You know,
Excited
I think that
electrons.
goes. A
Yeah, go on
little
lightning
emoji.
strike.
Yeah, do that. Hit us with a lightning emoji.
And most of all, thanks for watching.
Yeah.
Love and appreciate you all. Thanks for keep rating us on Spotify and all the audio platforms, Apple Podcasts. We're now on YouTube Podcasts. If you want to watch us as a specific podcast, you can click on the playlist. But yeah, like and subscribe on YouTube. Follow our socials. Again, before this episode, we put an Instagram story out being like, hey guys, let us know what you want us to talk about today.
Yeah.
And we always take suggestions. Obviously, Patreon chat, get a bit of extra bonus stuff. So subscribe to the Patreon because you can have a bit more influence on the podcast. You're a bit more close and direct and personal with me and Batch.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much it.
Share this to your family group chat. Yeah. That's always nice, isn't it?
Thanks for watching.
Your parents would like this. So, thanks, guys.
Bye.